charity to choose to offer Earth people money, because it seems like at any point they could get slapped with a national security order. I mean, seriously, could you try to contact the advanced civilizations for that technology?
Yeah, everyone thinks the ETs are going to land and give us one of these devices. Number one, that technology would be so many thousands of years advanced from where we are, no one would figure it out. You'd have to do a multi-billion-dollar reverse engineering study. Number two, that's not why they're here. They, in other words, everyone always asks, and I get this asked by people in politics, well, if they're here, why don't they just land on the White House lawn and force the issue? I said, because they're wiser than that. They know that unless we as a people learn through the steps of first stop lying to each other, bring out the truth, do this ourselves, there's no learning curve. So if it was imposed externally, that would be about as efficacious as us trying to impose Jeffersonian democracy on the warlords of Afghanistan. So that is not a solution, and they are too wise to know that. Thirdly, if there was something that was as overt as that, begging the question whether you could make Haydn tell us what it is, and we bypass this process of coming together to do it, I think we're going to lose a big lesson of what it means to come together as human community to do something. And I don't think that's trivial. I mean, I think that it's like if you had a child and every time it stumbled, you caught it so it never learned to walk. And you infantilized it to the point of it never standing on its own. These civilizations, I personally believe, and there's a lot of ancient evidence for this, have been around thousands, millions of years. And I think that they're watching us evolve in fits and starts into something resembling a world civilization, but that we've made some mistakes in the last number of decades, and we've gone off track. We need to get back on track. But if they did something overt to correct that for us, there would be no teachable moment then. Moreover, what's even worse is that the intelligence community would love for such an event to happen, because they would instantly say, see, we're being invaded by aliens. Give us another $2 trillion for Star Wars. So I think that we have to, if I've figured that out, I'm sure these civilizations have, I think they're really looking for us to come together, find our own resources, and make this change happen. Now, can there be inspiration, guidance that people have had? Sure. I know people who worked in classified projects that have had some amazing contact experiences. Based on that, we're able to get exactly what needed, one of these devices to be operational. Actually, the man that we were contracted with 4 years ago. But I think that in terms of it being more overt than that, it needs to come through humans. We're the children of Earth. We're responsible for this planet. And I think the only way we would see a larger intervention is under certain worst-case scenarios, which we don't need to go into, but really cataclysmic, biosphere or something like that, collapse. And I think short of that, it's incumbent on us to educate each other and come together as community and make this happen. And in that process, that in and of itself is edifying and evolutionary. And taking a shortcut around that, I think, is potentially deleterious to our evolution as a species, no matter how attractive that might look.
You mentioned Edgar Mitchell. Are there other organizations who are willing to collaborate with you, such as the Institute of Noetic Sciences, to support sort of this whole thing through coming through the avenue of deepening consciousness individually, and building upon that to become a more whole society?
Oh yeah, we've done things at their headquarters, and I did a briefing for their board. In fact, Senator Claiborne Pell, those of you who were poor like me who went to college on Pell Grants, and thank him, was there. I thanked him actually. I said I wouldn't have gone, thank you. I was raised very, very poor. We have, and there's a lot of support in those quarters, yes. And so there are many organizations that are supportive and interested in this entire subject, and many of them have gone on to become these ambassadors to the universe and learn. And we did just a one-day program at their retreat there in near Petaluma you know where it is. It's a nice facility there north of the San Francisco Bay Area. And so yes, there are wonderful groups like that that we're collaborating with and that I've done trainings for.